Hello everyone, I am Mohammad Saqib, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Application, Madanpalle Institute of Technology and Science, Madanpalle. Today we'll discuss about time series analysis and how we can solve the time series challenges using ensemble learning and particularly ensemble deep learning. So these are the contents that we will discuss in today's session. First one is what is time series, and then various application of time series and types of time series. Basically, we have only two types of time series that we'll discuss, and challenges that we face in time series analysis and how we can solve those challenges using ensemble learning. Now let's move to the importance of time series analysis. So time series data is a sequence of observation collected sequentially over time, typically at equal spaced interval. Now, each observation in a time series include at least one measurement and a time step that indicate the specific time when it was taken. See, in this graph, the graph shows how the value of xt changes over time. We can see the big spikes that happen regularly, which means there is a pattern that repeats over time. Between these big spikes, the line goes up and down, which also showing some smaller fluctuation and making another kind of pattern. So these characteristics underscore the importance of considering time as a critical dimension in its analysis. Now, time series analysis has numerous applications across various fields. In finance, it is essential for modeling and forecasting stock prices, assessing market volatility, and formulating investment strategies. Economists uses this to examine GDP growth rate, inflation rate, and unemployment rate, which provide insights for policy decision making. Now, in healthcare, time series analysis help us to monitor patient vital sign, predict disease outbreak, and measure treatment efficiency. For meteorological variable, for meteorology, it is crucial in analyzing time, precipitations, and atmospheric pressures to forecast weather patterns and reduce hazards. Now, uh, time series basically we have two kinds of time series. First one is univariate time series. In univariate time series, it model future value based on a single variable's past value. In univariate time series, one field we have time and only one variable, and we take the past value of that single variable to predict the next value, that is univariate time series. And many model, like if you talk about statistical model, then moving average, auto-regressive, ARIMA, and seasonal ARIMA, these are the statistical models we can use to forecast univariate time series analysis. If you talk about advanced deep learning model, then we have ARIMA, like RNN, like recurrent neural networks, long short-term memory network. All these are the advanced model that you can use to forecast the univariate time series analysis. Now, multivariate time series forecasting, it analyze multiple interacting variables using technique like VAR, LSTM, and CNN. Unlike univariate, where we have only one variable, in multivariate time series analysis, we interact with many variable. We interact with the many variable to capture complex dependencies. So in univariate time series, we track only one variable over time, but in multivariate time series analysis, we track multiple variables over time. Now, uh, challenges in time series problem. So let's pause for a moment and think about the nature of time series data. Unlike traditional data set where observations are usually independent, time series data present unique challenges because it unfolds over time. Each data point is connected to the one before it, forming a chain of dependency. Now, while the sequential structure is what makes time series so rich in information, it also makes tricky to model efficiency. For example, one of the biggest challenge in time series we face is temporal dependencies. That is, imagine forecasting electricity usage. Forecasting electricity usage, today's demand is not just random. It is influenced by yesterday's trends, seasonal changes, and even unexpected factors like holiday or heat wave. So another challenge is non-stationarity. Means time series data is not always stable. The pattern we see today, like an upward sales trend, might shift tomorrow due to market changes or holiday or external event. It might goes to down. That is, many forecasting method assume stability, which is not always realistic. And of course, the biggest challenge is noise. There is noise, means those random unpredictable fluctuations that obscure the trend pattern in the data. Now think about stock prices, where minor market news can cause huge shock moment, either upward, or if the news is good, then a trend will go upward. If the news is bad, trend will go downward. That is noise. But the good news is we have ensemble techniques. And ensemble techniques, by combining the strength of multiple model, we can extract the meaningful patterns from noisy data. We can adopt the changing trend and respect the temporal nature of the time series. Now let's move to the ensemble learning. What is ensemble learning? So ensemble learning is simply a machine learning techniques that combine multiple learning algorithms to improve the accuracy and robustness of predictive model. See, in this graph, this is general framework of time series forecasting, which is utilizing ensemble learning. Begin with the historical data that I placed on the top of this architecture. The dataset is divided into multiple subsets. Each of these subsets then used to train a distinct model through different learner, resulting in several trail model. For instance, data 1 is used by learner 1 to produce model 1 and so on. So it can be performed, ensemble learning can be performed in two main ways: by combining multiple models into one, or by dividing the data set into multiple subsets and working with each subset individually. So these are the technique like averaging, voting, bagging, boosting, stacking. Averaging, weighting are the basic ensemble techniques, and bagging, boosting, stacking are the advanced ensemble technique. Then we can use to overcome the challenges of time series analysis. Now, first, uh, basically we have today we'll discuss only advanced ensemble learning techniques, that is bagging, boosting, and stacking. Now let's talk about the bagging. Bagging is stand for bootstrap aggregation. Bagging is all about reducing variance. It works by training multiple model called learner on different subset of the data created through bootstrap sampling. These models are trained independently and their prediction are then combined, typically by averaging for regression tasks or majority weight voting for classification tasks. One of the great example of bagging is random forests. Random forest, it trains multiple decision trees on bootstrap sample of time series data, and prediction are averaged to improve accuracy and stability. Now, what is the advantage of bagging, that is bootstrap aggregating? One of the biggest advantage of bagging, it reduce overfitting and handle noisy data very well. However, it does not reduce the bias. If our model is underfitting, bagging would not fix that. It simply stabilize the prediction. Now let's move towards boosting. So boosting focuses on reducing bias. Bagging does not reduce the bias. Bagging does not reduce the bias, but boosting reduces the bias, which means it helps when the model underfit the data. Unlike bagging, boosting trains models sequentially, with each model trying to correct the error of the previous one. The key here is that boosting builds on its mistake to make better prediction over time. For time series boosting is incredibly effective at capturing the complex non-linear pattern. Uh, uh, then one of the best example of boosting is gradient boosting trees. In this, the algorithm like XGBoost or LightBoost can be used to build model iteratively. The third approach is stacking ensemble, which is a bit different. Stacking aim to leverage the strength of diverse model by combining them using a meta model, while bagging and boosting focus on creating multiple versions of the same type of model. Stacking work by different type of model, or simply we can say boosting and bagging both are used to work on homogeneous model, that is same kind of model, but stacking stacking work on different kind of model, we call it heterogeneous. So here is how it works. First, we train multiple base model on the same data. For instance, we might train an ARIMA model, an LSTM model, and a grading boosting model. Then prediction from these model are passed through a meta model. A meta model can be anything, either linear regression or logistic regression or any kind of neural network, which learns to combine them in the most effective way. So the best example of stacking time series is forecasting electricity demands by combining ARIMA for seasonality, random forest for variability, and LSTM for long-term trend. These three model we can use to forecast electricity demands, and these three model will capture different features from the data set. That is stacking. Now, we have discussed the type of ensemble learning and how they work. Let's look at some real world application where these techniques shine, particularly in time series analysis. So starting with energy demand forecasting. So it is critical for efficient grid management and ensuring reliability energy supply. Ensemble method like ARIMA and grading boosting can be highly effective to forecast the energy demand. Let's talk about stock market analysis. Stock price are influenced by mix of historical trends, economic factors, and sometimes even unpredictable events. By combining model like LSTM and random forest, we can achieve better prediction. Third one is weather prediction. We have weather prediction, like this is also a kind of time series application. Hybrid model combine the strength of both, like uh, physics informed neural network we can utilize to accurately predict the weather. Machine learning models such as gradient boosting, neural network, these are analyze weather data to identify patterns and correct biases in physics-based prediction. So these are the few real world application where we can apply ensemble learning to forecast or to predict the outcomes.